What's up, everybody? Welcome to Summer BTC Live. We are at Mallwitz's Island Lanes in Grand Island, New York. I'm Joe Ciccone. This is the first show of our summer series of Beat the Champ presented by Storm Events. Summer BTC Live is a separate set of 2 events this summer. We've been live streaming all day, qualifying rounds live from first ball to last ball today. This is show 1, the very first Stepladder finals, the very first live BTC on our YouTube channel. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. If you've been here all day, welcome back, or if you're new to the stream, welcome. We have 2 bowlers warming up their final practice shots for the first match. We have Pat Brick and Keaton Ostrowski bowling in the opening match. Today we have Stepladder bowling, 4 bowlers. At the end of this hour-long show, we will have our first summer BTC champion. Our number 3 and 4 qualifiers, Pat Brick and Keaton Ostrowski. They emerged from our qualifying round this morning. The winner of that match moves on to face the number 2 seed, David Shelton. And the winner of that match will move on to face our number 1 seed, who needs to bowl 1 game to become our first summer BTC Live champion, and that is Mike Zarcone, the same person who was our first Beat the Champ presented by Storm champion at the start of this season at Transit Lanes. Live chat is open all show. Please join us in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. This is an interactive broadcast. We want to have you be a part of our show. If you want to say hi, or if you just want to add to the content, it's yours to do. If you're new to the stream or if you've been here before, don't forget to like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference to our show and allows us to continue to bring you new good content like this summer live event that you're watching live on YouTube. We got 1 more of these. It'll be next Saturday. It'll be from Cherry Laurel Lanes in Amherst, New York. Same format. We'll have 3 more shows at 7, 8, and 9 o'clock next Saturday. You can watch them here on our YouTube channel. Bowlers are getting ready. The higher seed in this match, that is Keaton Ostrowski, has the choice of starting lane. Today we are bowling on the 44-foot U Bowlby pattern. Yep. Players, looks like, are ready. Our practice time is running up. As soon as the scores are up, we will get this started. Again, this is the 44-foot U Bowlby pattern. It's from the Sweden Bowling Federation. Scores have been moderate all day today. In the finals round, there was only 1 player plus in the finals round that determined our finalists today. And we've got quite a mix of left-handers and right-handers really on the shows. So I think this is going to be some interesting matches here. We're looking forward to, obviously, some good matches. We got some experienced bowlers and some bowlers that haven't necessarily been in this setting before. We've seen Pat Brick before. He made a show last year, Tonawanda Bowling Center. Keaton Ostrowski, this is the first time we've seen him here on a show. One of these bowlers is going to emerge and move into the next match. Pat Brick is bowling first. That means that Keaton Ostrowski has made the choice to allow Pat to start the match, and Keaton will finish the match first. Pat Brick on the left lane. Thank you for everyone for joining us in the chat. Glad to have you with us throughout the way. Pat Brick, and we are underway. Strike for Pat Brick. We've got a great crowd here, and absolutely they can make noise for this match. This building is a busy, busy place, and many of the people who are here have come out to watch us bowl in this first match. This is Keaton Ostrowski from Rochester, New York, made the trip to Grand Island here. He is 19 years old. Sport average on his bio sheet of 223, so he comes here with some credentials. 2-handed lefty. We got a battle of lefties on this show. The winner of this match is going to face another lefty, David Shelton, and Mike Zarcone is going to have the right side all to himself. If you've been watching all day, we did strip and re-oil before the championship round. This is a fresh condition for all the players. This is the only time we will oil during our championship rounds tonight. So we've got 1 show at 7, 1 show at 8, and another show at 9. The players will continue to bowl on that condition. It'll be very interesting to see how they break down. It looks like both players using urethane. through the nose on the left lane. That's the lane that he picked to finish on. Contrast in styles here, youngster versus veteran. Gonna take the 2 pins here. That's what he does. Pat Brick stepping up. Pat Brick, 58 years old, from Tonawanda, New York. Current average of 230. Former college national champion, Erie Community College. He's been around. And a ringing 7 pin. I'm sure he would have liked to get out with a double. Bowling on lanes 7 and 8 here. Mallwitz's Island Lanes. This is a 24-lane bowling center, a 2-sided house. We are on the low side 1 through 12. We used both sides in the first 3 rounds of qualifying, and then the finals round at 4 was exclusively on this side of the house. So the players have had plenty of time to cross pairs and get a feel. Pat Brick qualified with a 566 in the finals round. He made it off the very first squad of the day. We had 3 rounds of qualifying before the finals, and I believe he led the first round. And Keaton, I believe, was off of our 3rd squad, if I'm not mistaken. Left lane now for Brick, 3rd frame. Strike for Brick. Coverage tonight sponsored by the AP Pest Control. They've been with us all year. We're glad to have them on board, amongst all of our other sponsors. Keaton Ostrowski back on the right lane. College player at Mount Mercy. Another ringing 7 on lane 8. Be interesting if that becomes a theme here. Oof. I guess no trouble with the spare is not necessarily the phrase to put with that one. They'll take the spare either way. Fourth frame now for Keaton. Once again, if you're with us live, our live chat is open. We're going to pin a chat message here for everybody. Strike on the left lane for Keaton. Pat Brick now in the 4th frame, 14 pin lead, strike up, stretch that to 24 with a strike here. It certainly wants to jump out of the gate, and does. Pat Brick has a unique high series. Pat bowled 898 in a tournament. 299, 300, 299. I believe it was that. I don't believe it was 298. Either way, I've heard the story that it was a qualifying round for a tournament with an eliminator on the side Fifth frame now. Light for the 3-5. Sure, you're all familiar with the eliminator format of side action and how it works. So Pat obviously made it through his first 2 rounds where you eliminate half the field in the eliminator and advanced to the final round. I believe the story, as I understand it, is that it was him and one other player remaining in the final round. He shot 299 and didn't win the eliminator because the other bowler that was still alive shot 300. So that's I guess bittersweet. Chop? No, we didn't. Halfway through game number 1. Again, we got a good number of viewers, our highest number of the day so far. And for everyone that's here, we hope that you stick around for the entire night of action. If we've set up our YouTube stream correctly, when this stream is over, we will switch to a new stream. You should automatically be redirected, so there should be nothing you'll need to do. We're going to try to run these shows on time. A lot of that's going to depend on how the action goes out on the lanes. Shot there for Keaton. This is an impressive game. Haven't gotten a chance to watch him much before today. He lists his idol in the sport of bowling, Jesper Svensson. No surprise there. And member of Junior Team USA as well. We saw the same thing with our last year's Beat the Champ Invitational winner, Ty Ingles, who was a Junior Team USA member. And future pros in our sport come from those ranks. And it's pretty awesome to have some of these players come out here on Beat the Champ and are players that you could be seeing down the road somewhere. I hit 610. Thank you, Jim Rock, for the subscription. Want to remind all of you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, like and subscribe. It does help us out a ton, and we're glad to have you all here. So halfway through this first game, and again, we're live. There's no commercial break. Normally when we're on TV with our shows, we take a break, 5.5 frames, so this would be the commercial break. True, my goodness. We're straight through every match, uninterrupted. Pat Brick with a 14-pin lead. Both players on spares. This gentleman has been around the sport for a long time. And he knows how to get it done. Again, we got 3 shows today. The winner of this show, because we do not have a current champion, the Summer BTC Live champion is going to be a separate champion from the TV shows. Our current champion in our shows is Sam DeWitt from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is the reigning champion. He won the last regular season show of last season. He will return as the defending champion on the first shows and our first opening weekend of the new season of TV for Beat the Champ on MSG. Beat the Champ presented by Storm is August 15th to 17th at ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester. We'll tell you more about that as the night rolls along. No, pocket 710. Did he get the 10? He did. I mean, both players are at the same time within range and at the same time not locked in. Nobody's really running away from this match. And nobody's really mounting a charge yet. And it's going to be up to Keaton to get that done since Pat has the lead. He's going to need to put some pressure on him here. 7th and 8th frame, no better time. Keaton does say that he has bowled on television before. This is a live stream, so perhaps not all of the same pressure as you would have given the set and the lights of an actual television show. Good shot there. Kevin Coleman subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, Kevin, for being a part. We're glad to have all of our new viewers along, and perhaps some of you have been here before, or some of you are here for the first time. can feel free to check out our channel for all 32 shows that we did last year. We air on MSG Network, and we also are on YouTube every week, and that'll be the same for this season. It'll start this fall. This is a big shot here. 14-pin lead for Brick. 7th frame strike up for Keaton. He can cut it to 4 here, and that'll do it. So a little bit of heat. Pat's going to have to throw a few strikes here or risk being in a situation where Keaton can step up and shut him out with Pat sitting on the bench. Not what Pat was looking for there. 3, 6, 7, 9. If he were to come out with 9 here, it would be 153 in the 8th, 213 max score. He's not going to make this one. So just that little bit of pressure changes the tie just a little bit. Got a question in the chat about what oil pattern they're bowling on. This is the 44-foot U Bowleby pattern. This is a pattern from the Sweden Bowling Federation. 3.24 to 1 ratio. So a moderate range. This is a fairly new Brunswick Pro-Am lane installation. So not a lot of friction out there, especially on the fresh. Both bowlers using urethane. Good shot there for Pat. Pat can strike out for 213. Keaton's on a 204 pace, so any double anywhere puts him in good stead. Were he to not strike in the 9th, it will be 213 potential if he strikes out in the 10th. And Pat has 213 potential. We've had a few roll-offs this year on the show. Not out of the realm of possibilities here. And that's going to make it a lot less likely. 3 in a row for Keaton. He can close the door on this match himself. Possible 234. 9 spare strike would be 213. Again, first strike in the 10th will do it. And nope. High hit for a 6-pin. So let's be sure we've added this correctly. 173 in the 8th. Strike up in the 9th would give him 193. Spare strike would be 213. At Brick, 153 in the 8th, strike up in the 9th. Off the sheet would be 213. And what a way that would be to start off Summer Beat the Champ. Summer BTC Live with a roll-off. Cover the spare here. Strike, and he knows that he can't be beaten in regulation. Good spare there. Keaton actually bowled 2 squads today, made it off his first try, and bowled again even though he didn't have to, so he could bowl for brackets. And this is potentially the best time for this in Keaton's world. Nothing like automatically having your opponent have to sit while you throw a fill ball knowing he needs 3 strikes to tie. I'm sure Keaton's like, Mr. Mechanic, no need to run down the lanes for this one. Take your time. Our next bowler up is David Shelton. He will face the winner of this match. Full rack of pins for Keaton. Again, 10 on this ball, 213 in the clubhouse, and he can only be tied at worst. And that's a strike, and that's what he wanted. So Keaton Ostrowski can sit down knowing that he is going to throw more shots on this pair, be it in match 2 or in a roll-off. That's going to depend on what Pat Brick can come up with here on this right lane. Wash out on this lane in the 8th frame. Must have all 3 to tie. That's in. And ring 7. Well, it may have been an adjustment from the shot prior. Either way, it's not enough to win this match. It'll be a 4th place finish for Pat Brick. Keaton Ostrowski will move on to match number 2 versus David Shelton. $213 to 181 is the final score. And I'm sure we'll see Pat again. Pat loves to bowl and loves to compete. I'm sure he'll be bowling many more of these. It'll be David Shelton up next. The incoming player gets 4 practice shots. And then he will have choice of starting lane. There are no more practice shots for the winner. He may go stay loose on the alternate pair if he wishes. That's his choice. Let's tell you a little bit about upcoming events here. Next Saturday, it'll be Summer BTC Live here on our YouTube channel. Start to finish coverage from Cherry Laurel Lanes in Amherst, New York. We're streaming live at 9:30 a.m. 3 qualifying squads. Qualifier finals at 4, and then live streaming at 7, 8, and 9. After next week's events over at Cherry Laurel Lanes, and we're excited to go there for 3 more live streams. We then move on to the start of our new season of TV telecasts. Opening weekend at ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester, New York. It's an all-in-one weekend. We've had a lot of questions last year about how people can bowl if they're not from the Buffalo, Western New York area, and our show is not restricted in any way to bowlers from the area. If you want to get in the car and drive, come bowl our events, come bowl our events. And we've made it even easier for you at the opening weekend because it's all in one weekend. If you make the show, you're going to bowl that weekend. No need to drive back and make a separate trip. Friday, August 15th will be an over-under double sweeper at 7 p.m. ABC Gates Bowl has guaranteed first place at $1,500. 1 bowler 50 or over and 1 under, obviously, is the format. It's a 4-game sweeper. Completely separate event. No finals. 4 games, total pins will determine the prize payout. On Saturday will be our Beat the Champ qualifying. That's August 16th. And from that, we will have 4 shows. They will all tape on Sunday, August 17th. We're literally using the same pair of lanes that will be hosting the finals of the PWBA Tour Championship on August 12th at ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester. So that'll be a pretty cool deal. So for bowlers that are out of the area, you can do it all in one weekend. You can make some shows, and you can be a new champion. You can. Sam DeWitt is proof of that, as he took down a title last year. Players are getting set up for the next match. We're getting the scorers in order, I believe. Two young players matching up here between Ostrowski and Shelton. And we'll get a handshake and we'll get it going. Looks like Keaton Ostrowski will start this match. He did choose, when he had choice, to go second, so probably strategically you like this choice by David Shelton. Here's David Shelton from Niagara Falls, pro shop operator in the Western New York area, 24 years old, a 212 average. High school competitor at Niagara Falls High School, and perhaps a little bit of nerves out of the gate. David's bowled a bunch of our qualifiers last season. It's his first time advancing this far. Looks like also urethane, no real surprise, although this is a tight pattern. And an early open. If you're going to have an open, get it out of the way early, a little bit of nerves, shake it off, and hopefully turn it around. However, your opponent is going to try to take full advantage of that. High career series of 8-14 for David Shelton. I believe he qualified on the, yes, he qualified in the first squad of the day today. Good shot here, week 7. Qualified in the first squad of the day today. Similar to Keaton, he decided to bowl the second squad again, just to bowl for brackets, and I believe he actually led that squad. When a player has already qualified in our format, their score does not count towards qualifying again. So they don't affect the cut at all. They can choose to continue bowling for brackets. So we had a pretty good amount of bracket action this weekend here at Mallwitz's Island Lanes. So I think leading that squad made for a pretty good day for him already, with a chance for more. Oh no, I don't know if that just fell off his hand. You know, not probably the start he would have picked out if he had to pick one out, I'm going to guess. Good shot there. Your opponent gives you an opening out of the gate like this, and your job is to take advantage. It's a double, and it's a 3-bagger. And this is the way you want to get loose and start off a show in the opportunity to perhaps win 2 matches heading into the title match. You're going to be bowling against a right-hander. Hopefully you get comfortable, and perhaps that makes the difference for you. Either way, an opening 3-bagger. Got that early win over Pat Brick, and he's off to a quick lead here. Little light here. 3, 6, 7. Unless he can pull off the spare here, it's going to be open, open, open to start the day. Just want to be sure everybody is good with. I do see in the chat here an audio question. If anybody else that's watching on the chat, just give us a little heads up if everything sounds good to you. Just give us sounds good in the chat and tell us that you're hearing everything okay, so that we know that things are getting out over the air the way we want them to. Left lane now for Shelton. Looks better there. On the board. Sure, he's a little bit of a sense of relief there. Four in a row for Keaton Ostrowski. And a big lead early. 63 pins after 3 frames. It's not easy to have a bigger lead than that this early. Could be 73 though with a strike here. And that is 10. More like that was 10, and they're now gone. Got some Keaton fans out here watching on the stream. Thank you for everybody that's watching. The live chat is yours. Say hi, interact with each other. Another shot that David did not appear to like too much. This may be one of those that you chalk up to getting a little experience here. So 5 frames in, and we're gonna look for David to kind of make a good showing the rest of the way here. Sixth frame now for Shelton. Seems to like this lane a little bit better, at least. Week 7. You know, last season we did 32 shows on MSG Network and archived them here on YouTube. Before every show, players qualify for the show. We have a meeting with the TV finalists, and what I will often tell them, aside from all of their instructions, is, hey, you know, this is not always as easy as it looks to get up and bowl on television. And when we do our shows, normally we have an entire set with more lights, more cameras. It's just the atmosphere is, it can catch you and it goes by super fast. And sometimes just having a one time out there makes the next time that much better. And so that could very well be what it's going to be. I'm sure we're going to see David Bull more of our qualifiers. A light hit there. Trip 3, sure. 6-bagger. How about it? Again, thank you for all of us who are with us on the stream here. We're got a nice group of audience watching the show. I know we're on in a few of the bowling centers that are part of our show. If you are at a center at home and you got a smart TV in your center, want to put up some bowling on your screens for your customers to watch while they're enjoying a Saturday night there, dial us up. Another strip 3 forward. Nope. Breaks the string. Still a good run. Game very well in hand for Keaton Ostrowski. And we are headed towards Keaton Ostrowski and Mike Zarcone for the first summer BTC live title. If you remember, it was the first show of the season, Transit Lanes, where Mike Zarcone defeated another young up-and-coming player, Ty Ingles, in the title match to become the first regular season champion last year. And it's going to be Zarcone against another young up-and-coming player in this one, it appears. Sadshu, Tom DeMartino, Peter Mazinski, Dan Gizzy, April McBride, some of the people watching the stream, thank you for all being here. Some of you are viewers, some of you are competitors. And if you're watching on the live stream, drop us a chat. Tell us where you're watching from today. Tell us what city you're in. Tell us if you're at home, if you're out watching at a bowling center that's got us online. I'd love to hear where everybody is watching these shows. 2 more live streams tonight after this one. 8 o'clock is our next one. And then at 9 o'clock, again, 3 shows in total, 3 separate champions. It could be the same person, or it could be 3 different bowlers. And these bowlers are bowling for some prize money every show based on where they finish. Covington, Pennsylvania, from Paul Bryan, I believe is how you say that name. Andrea French in Illinois. Gracie French in Arizona. Look at this. This is awesome. We got viewers from all over the place. Thank you for watching. Phoenix, Arizona. Keep it coming. I'd love to hear from more people. Sadshu from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was just in the Milwaukee area last weekend doing some TV work with the PWBA and the USBC for the events that were in Green Bay. Stephen Scott in Detroit. JW from West Falls, New York. We're glad to have you all with us. We got a great crowd here to watch these shows tonight. This is pretty cool. Paul Bryan says, "Go start pronouncing names correctly. Try my best. Can't always guarantee it." Jay Dottie from Gainesville, Florida. Tom DeMartino says he loves this. April McBride from Bristol, Indiana. Beat the Champ fan. Thank you for being with us. Fine. Eighth frame for Keaton Ostrowski with a spare. Game well in hand. Simply just trying to stay dialed in on this pair of lanes. Terry Brown's watching from Buffalo, New York in our area. We had one viewer earlier this morning that was watching the show at home, and it may be one of you. I don't know the name, and realized that we were live and where we were, and made his way over here to Mallwitz's Island Lanes to watch in person. The owner, Mike Mallwitz, told me that he was watching the show at home. Said, hey, I'm going to go watch this for myself. High hit there in the 9th. Still in the 240s and no trouble getting this win. Donald Taylor's watching from Aurora, Colorado. Ruth Brock subscribed to the channel. Welcome, Ruth. Glad to have you. Loosening up down on our practice pair on 1 and 2 is top seed Mike Zarcone. And David Shelton says, finally, in the 9th frame, he'll try to strike out for a respectable 173. The scores were not high all day today. In the qualifier final rounds that was just completed about 5:30 today, we had 16 bowlers that qualified in the first 3 rounds of the day. So they bowled well to get there, and we had one bowler break 600 for those 3 games. So the scores were not high on the fresh. I think the scores got better as the day went along, and that's what we're going to have here in these rounds. The lanes will not be re-oiled in between shows. So after this show is over, the 8 o'clock live stream will be bowling on the same condition. Spare in the 10th frame. It's going to be in the 150s. David Shelton was our second high qualifier in that round with 597. Again, our number 1 seed now loosening up on 1 and 2 is Mike Zarcone, facing the winner of this match, and that's going to be Keaton. Striking the fill, 153. Still a good day of bowling. Formality to finish out this match. And we'll tell you again, if you're on your YouTube channel there, if we've done everything correctly with these streams. These are going to be 3 separate live streams. 7, 8, and 9 are the start times, and we've set them up, if we've done it correctly, so that when one stream ends, you'll automatically be redirected to the next stream. So even if this one runs long after 8 o'clock East Coast time, you should be directed to the next one as soon as we're done. So we'll keep it rolling that way. We schedule them an hour apart. We're probably a bit behind pace. The second show, players are going to get 10 minutes of practice when this show is over. Mike Zarcone, when he gets to the TV pair, is going to get 6 practice shots as soon as this match is complete. And it is now. It's a 245 to 153 victory. So this is going to be an interesting one. He's certainly lined up. Keaton is, and Mike has the entire right side of the lane to himself. For the brief moment there where we stepped away, it was I think I'm good to roast Pat Brick here. Is that Pat couldn't wait around till the end of the show to get his cash for finishing fourth. so I had to go get him that so that he could get out of here. I said, Pat, what were you gonna do if you had won? I didn't really have much of an answer on that one. So at either rate, I stepped away from the live stream for a moment to get him his cash while Mike Zarcone is warming up for his match. Six shots on the TV pair for Mike before his match. Some of our players for the next match are warming up down on 1 and 2, or for the next live stream. This will be our championship match. Again, thank you for all of the viewers that are with us. I believe this is the most viewers we've had all day today, and with good reason. We're crowning the first champion live here on YouTube. Bill Hall from Gainesville, Florida. Welcome to the stream. Again, we're going to do this all again next Saturday. Be live from Cherry Laurel Lanes in Amherst, New York. Wood surface there. 16-lane bowling center. Freshly resurfaced this summer for those of you that haven't been around long enough to go back to the Wood Lanes experience. And we are good for the final match. Mike Zarcone and Keaton Ostrowski. Mike Zarcone had the choice of starting lane. He has chosen to allow Keaton to start. The choice didn't make much difference in game 2, however. Coming off a 245 to 153 win, Keaton is changing balls to start the match. So no fear. And rolls a 7. Jim Ward from Kentucky checking in with us today. Glad to have you. First shot for Mike Zarcone, 2-time Beat the Champ champion this past season. I believe he made 2 other shows in addition to that. He had some injury issues at the end of the year. Had to withdraw from one of our late season qualifiers, and then he qualified for the Invitational and was not able to bowl, although I know he really wanted to. 57-year-old from Tonawanda, 230 league average. And one of the biggest Beat the Champ fans and competitors that there is. Loves these events, doesn't want to ever be anywhere else when there's a Beat the Champ qualifier going on. Haven't got a good look at what ball he's throwing out there yet, whether he's using urethane or reactive. He's got the whole side to himself. The players did all get 10 minutes of practice. A good shot there. Interesting in that Mike is not a player that plays up the lanes very often. And he's playing further out with good reason. We're bowling on the fresh. You know, this is the only one on that side of the lanes. It'll be interesting to see if this suits his game or if it's edge to Ostrowski. Good shot here. And high for a 6-spin. That ball seems to start up a little bit quicker for him. Probably a sigh of relief that from Mike that he's not facing a 7-bagger out of the gate. No trouble with the spare. Rush Henrietta High School in Rochester, where Keaton bowled on the high school team there. Currently bowls for Mount Mercy in college. It's a team that's been on the upswing in the college ranks. 19 years old. I'm guessing this isn't the last we're going to see of this young player. And that ball seemed left to me, and it seemed to bank off of it. Again, 250, 240, changes balls. That's 2 consecutive shots that have rolled up quick. You always get to that part of a game or of a day where you have to kind of try to stay ahead of the changes, and it's always a bit of a guess whether or not you're making the change too early. You don't want to make the change too late, and a good shot there for Mike makes it a double. So early 10-pin lead for Mike Zarcone. This match will crown our first BTC, Summer BTC Live champion this year. We will have 6 shows of Summer BTC Live, 3 tonight and 3 next Saturday. 7 o'clock start on those shows as well. We'll be live streaming qualifying next Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Left lane for Zarcone for a 3-bagger. And that's a 3-bagger. No, hooked up high. That ball looked good to me off his hands. Perhaps a touch soft. And full penalty. 4-10 splits. So just as easily as he obtained that lead, he has given it back, and it's a 4-pin lead now for Keaton. The strike up and a chance to make it 14. That ball is hooking early, and he gets away with it. 6-pin in the second, high in the third, 6-pin higher in the fourth. For the spare. And a 4-pin lead. DeMartin in the chat asks, where is Paul and Sue? Paul and Sue will be back when we start the regular season on television with MSG. My name is Joe Ciccone. I'm here with you for the live stream. Bringing you all the action. Be with you here again next week. Frank Ganzamar from Toledo, Ohio. Welcome to the stream. That ball, okay, here's the adjustment. I mean, certainly no lack of getting it to the left and no lack of ball speed there, and this time doesn't recover. I certainly understand the concept here with making this change. I don't know that this is the result that he would have hoped out of it. Certainly does not seem to be as quite as predictable as the previous match. Problem is now is you committed to the change, you've got the lead. Until your opponent presses you, you aren't going to compound that with another guess going back. You're probably going to stick with what you have. So, again, not pulling away in this game. It's a good chance this game comes down to the 10th frame one way or the other, I think, here. 5th frame Zarcone, 76 in the 4th. on an open. And does it get there? Yes, it does. We've got a 2-pin match in favor of Keaton Ostrowski. Zarcone can double up and take the lead himself. And thank you, Tom, for the kind words in the chat. We hope everybody is enjoying the show. Frank Gansmar asks if I ever bowled on Beat the Champ. I actually did not. Beat the Champ did not exist anymore. They'd already gone off the air when I came to the Buffalo area. I'm well aware of the show and got to watch many of the older shows. Was a fan of them, and I'm really glad that we've been able to bring this show back to the air and kind of put our spin on it, and hopefully everyone's enjoying all the shows. We put a lot of work into the production of the new show, and whether you're watching on MSG or watching on our YouTube, we thank all the viewers. Ooh, another light hits. Well, what more can you ask for here? This is a shaky game, and Keaton's going to try to take advantage of another break here. He can take the lead back with a strike here. This looks better. Perhaps that was the combination he needed. 58 in the fifth, double up. Zarcone, 106 in the fifth, strike. Well, I'm sorry, 76 in the fourth, double up. So it's a 2-pin lead for Ostrowski. Currently, Zarcone can take that lead back here and go up 8 if he can make it 3 in a row. And high hit, does he get? Oh, break back. What an interesting match this has turned out to be so far. Again, this is the first of 3 live stream Stepladder finals tonight. The winner of this match will be our first Summer BTC live champion. They will be the top seed in our next Stepladder finals, scheduled to start at 8 o'clock. So when this stream is over, look for the next stream. If you stay on, it should automatically redirect you to the next stream. And a swisher in the 9th. I'm sorry, in the 8th. Pin lead now for Mike Zarcone. Commanding control of this match. Pressure on the 19-year-old Keaton Ostrowski. Can he put it together? Seem to find the combination on the left lane. It's been highlight on the right lane. This is an important shot here. Eight pins now. Cuts it to 8. Bowling in the 9th. Keaton will finish this match last. Zarcone will have the opportunity to shut him out no matter what Keaton does here in the 9th. Gary Patel like that one. Double duckies. No, through the nose again. Just seems like after the ball change, if he was even just a touch soft, this ball wanted to read the lane quicker. And it's just kind of gotten him in a little bit of a pinch. The shot needed to be a little bit more perfect than it did with the ball he was throwing before. I believe, he went from urethane to urethane here. Nonetheless, it's going to be really advantaged Mike Zarcone here. Chance to end this one and not even give his opponent any chance to take this title away. Again, Mike Zarcone was our first champion of the last season that we just did on MSG TV, and now this is our first live event on YouTube. You're watching live with us, and he is looking to be the first champion here as well. And, well, that was a tentative shot at best. Fortunately, he's given himself enough room to still be okay. Keaton can strike out for 226. Mike Zarcone with a spare here will have 185 up in the 8th and a spare in the 9th. If he strikes spares in the 10th, it would be 225. Keaton would still have a chance. So Mike Zarcone will need a double in the 10th frame to lock this match up. And if he does not do that, he is going to be giving the chance back for the 19-year-old to take this title away from him. In similar fashion, Ty Ingles, in the first show of the year, had the chance to step up in the 10th to defeat Mike Zarcone, left to 4-pin. Is he going to get it on his own? Oh, that was, well, I'm certain that is not where he was trying to throw it. And I am surprised at the overreaction of that ball, because our location of where we're bringing you this event from is directly behind this pair of lanes, and that ball looked well right of target to me and somehow went Brooklyn. Either way, hey, a double to win. You might as well flush this one and end the game, I guess. This looks better. And Messenger 10. Keep it on the lane here for Mike Zarcone, and he is our first champion. And that is what he does. 234 for Mike Zarcone. He defeats Keaton Ostrowski. He takes home the first place check, and he will be your defending champion in the next show, which will be live here next. And we're looking at 3 new challengers to his crown. Opening match of the next show, we will have CJ Buttery making a return appearance after his brilliant 289 game earlier this season. He'll be bowling Daryl Bricado in the opening match. The winner of that match is going to take on Rochester's Shaq Strong. The winner will take on Mike Zarcone. Ironically, we'll talk about this more next show. In the next show, between CJ Buttery and Shaq Strong, we have the 2 players that hold on the most viewed Beat the Champ YouTube shows of the entire season. And that's pretty amazing to both be on the same show. Keaton Ostrowski, this is a fine showing. 234 to 223. And this will not be the last time we hear from this 19-year-old from Rochester. So it's Mike Zarcone. He moves on, and we wrap up show 1. Shortly, this stream will be closing, and it should automatically direct all of you viewers to the next stream, and we'll get it rolling with show 2 as soon as we're ready. We will see you back on Summer BTC Live. Your first winner is there. It's Mike Zarcone.